So, right, starting to see a trend here, aren't we? Latin bushcraft seems to more be a cookery show. So keep that trend going. Today we're going to be cooking some Mediterranean chicken and couscous. Basically I'm going to season up the chicken with some chilli, a few herbs and spices, get that going, all done in the Swedish Army mess kit with the Trangia. No fire today, just to show. I'm also going to use nail varnish remover as fuel. So 2 dishes on the go, which is handy because we've got 2 dishes with the kit. If anyone wonders why I like this strange shaped little titanium mug, not only does it carry the small gas canister for the little gas stoves, it's also a perfect fit for a Trangia, the Swedish Trangia. Unfortunately, I left that there. So what we'll do, we'll light up the Trangia, and then we shall talk you through the ingredients. Okay? Right, so let's get the Trangia on the go. Good thing about the nail varnish remover, it does take a spark very, very well. Very, very well indeed. As you can see, we are banging first time. Right, so put the windbreak on that. We'll get some water on the go. A bit of detritus on the bottom of the pan there. Half a cup of water. Get that going. Stick that on the top, that'll increase the... Right, so what do we got? Chicken. We have couscous. We have some spring onions. We have lemon, tomato, garlic, chilli, mushroom. Now, going into the couscous, we have bouillon. Basically Swiss vegetable stock. We have a little pinch of saffron, have some turmeric. So that'll go in once that water's come up to a boil. Whack some couscous in there, a few of those. That will then come off the heat, yeah, and we can start on our chicken. Now the chicken, I am going to marinate that in a little bit of salt with cumin seeds, some ground coriander, a little bit of black pepper. And then what we'll do, we'll put that in a bag, boil it up, and sort it out from there. We have a little sealy bag here. What we're going to do is add some oil. Do like these pill bottles, they seal up very well. I don't know, half a tablespoon maybe of oil in there. Then we could put in half a teaspoon of black pepper, a teaspoon of the coriander powder, ground coriander, a little bit more on that, excellent. I can hear that that Trangia starting to prime now. Very chilly day, probably just above freezing. And a little bit of salt. There's cumin seeds in there as well. And all we do is get that all intermingled with the oil, and then we'll put our chicken in there like so. Switch that around. Look at that. all marinating up. Yeah. Working on the theory of oil your meat, not the pan. Also in there, I am going to put finely chopped chili. I'm not going to put too much of this in because these little buggers are quite potent. So we'll save some of that. Cut those down nice and small. Like so. That can go into the bag with the chicken. As can garlic. Do a little crush, top and bottom it. You'll find the papery outer comes off very, very simply. Like so. Biodegradable, so that's going to go out into the woods. And we chop that up. Again, we probably don't need a whole lot of that. We're only cooking for one. Plenty of flavours in there. Like so. And then that goes in with the chicken. Switch that about. Like so. And that can sit there and marinate. Have a look, check our water. Steam coming off it, but not quite yet. Right, so we have a boil up. Oh, look at that. Look at that, Ted. Pan over there. Right, so 1 for 1, 1 cup of water, 1 cup of couscous. That goes in there. We shall put in about 1/8 of a teaspoon of turmeric, about half a teaspoon of the bouillon, and pinch of saffron. Very, very pungent is saffron. And what I've done here, just taken the very outside of a lemon. I'll go in there for a bit of fragrance, and half the lemon juice could go in there now just to get that going. Catch the seeds. Keep hold of these until the end. They're good for washing up with, washing your hands. And then that can come off the heat. Because all that needs to do is soak. So just stick that on there, and what we do, get our fry pan on the go. Nice and warm in there. It's time for the chicken. Right, what I'm going to do, so I haven't got to touch the chicken, use this bag. Chicken out. Hopefully I've done this right, and that pan is screaming hot. We should get a nice sizzle. Lovely, shovely. Pull that inside out. Take your rubbish home with you. And what you do, we'll just put that on. Oh, the simmer there. God, that chili's hot. Nice little sizzle up there. That chicken's probably, yes, if it's properly caramelised. Oh, look at that, that's looking good. Time for gloves, I feel. on there. The other side done. If only you had smelly vision. I reckon our chicken's done. So what we'll do, we'll get that off to rest. Yeah, look at that. That's lovely. It's lovely. Now, remember our old mate, the marinade? What we'll do, not going to waste that flavour. Get that into that screaming pan. Like so. What we'll do, chuck in some of the tomatoes, leave a few back for garnish, chuck in spring onions, leave a few back for garnish, and we'll chuck in our mushrooms. We won't leave any of those around the garnish. And what we'll do, toss those around in that oil and those chicken juices. Like so. Let's get those warmed through a little bit. Once then, the couscous. Look at that, lovely and fluffy. We'll get that going in there as well. In fact, we've done far too much couscous. Well, I say far too much. Too much, but there you go. And then give that all a little bit of a warming toss in there for a couple of minutes. In the meantime, what we shall do is we shall get the chicken, cut it on a sexy angle, like so. See, cut nicely through. Leave that there. Rest a bit more for a second. Give that a little toss round again. Just fold in those onions and tomatoes. I only want to warm those through. I like a nice fresh taste to mine. So I think we're done. Couscous can come off. Kill off the stove. What we'll do is damp that out with my mug. Don't use the lid, you'll burn the O-ring in the lid. That seems to have killed that off. Put that right out of the way, out of harm's way, over yonder far. Couscous, the last little mix up. Oh yes, looking good. Nice and fluffy. Look at that, those veg nice and fresh. Get our chicken and lay that over the top. Garnish with a few spring onions, nice and fresh on the top, like so. A couple of tomatoes. And we would say, job done. Now for the eating. Here we go. Mediterranean chicken and couscous. Yeah. No. There is absolutely no reason You have to eat like a dog. Just opening cans and cooking burgers. That took me under 20 minutes. And that is delicious. Well, hot. Food. Hot. Now that I'm going to be doing again. Fucking awesome. The only thing that's missing, with it being a Mediterranean dish, is the warm Mediterranean climate. Just above freezing here today. But gorgeous, we got a bit of sunshine. Cheers guys. I might actually show you how I do my washing up. Or how I've been reminded I should be doing my washing up. Cheers. So, for washing up, remember we said save your lemons? Yeah, half a lemon. Lemon juice, it's good at breaking down the fats and the oils in the pan. You just give that a squeeze in there. Stainless steel scourers, absolute genius. Rub, 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 rub. Right in there. Then waste not, want not. Little couscous pan, go with that. And what we do is we just give that a little wipe round. Always keep one of these micro fleeces inside. So that stops all the trangia rattling around. Stick that to one side. Same again, give that a good old rub, rub, rub. Make sure you can see inside that as well. Rub, rub, rub. All the way round. Like so. Empty the worst of that out. Give that little rub round. Like so. And then give the outside a little bit of a rub over. They would have got a bit sooted up. And the bits that I spilled, obviously. Like so. Rub over lemon juice. Wipe over the micro fleece. Like so. Put lid back on trangia. So I always keep the trangia inside a bag, just to have it I've got into leaking. That also stops it rattling about a bit in there, like so. And what we do, give our micro fleece a little bit of a shake out, wrap that in like so. That goes in. Just the handle rattling. Stick spare fuel down the side there. On the top.